Previously on part 1. In today's project. Pretty aggressive little guy right here. Fly on swift wings, my fair prince. Now on to part 3. I'm skipping part 2.
I want that.
As do we all, Michael. But first, I'd like to thank today's sponsor, NordVPN, the easy-to-download app which protects you from stinky douchebags trying to steal your information online. More about them later, but first, get ready for a whole buttload of incontinuity. Okay! The moment has arrived where you find out what will be coming out of the buckets. And for those of you who aren't duty in your head, it's going to be colored pencils. In fact, these colored pencils. He's concerned?
He looks concerned. He's probably concerned a lot about you, actually.
So somehow we gotta turn all of these into... Dadgummit, this is way less dramatic than I was hoping for. This! So I need to glue them up into this shape and then carve them. It is actually based off of real fluid dynamics, and the way I got the reference material in order to make that drawing was, well, I threw lots of buckets of water. A lot of them. Throw after throw after throw, over and over, until I finally got the right one. The one to rule them all. Went slowly over the footage to get just the right frame, and then traced the outline of that onto a piece of paper, blew it up Gigantotron in paint, printed off the pages, and taped them all together. That leads us to where we are now. In order to get this party started, what I think we need to do is I bought some foam board. In fact, come with me. I'll show you. You like it? Yeah, Patrick likes shoehorns. This stuff, which is just regular insulation foam board that you could get at your local big box store, what I plan on doing is I'm gonna cut out pieces of foam and just stack them up that way that the pencils will be on top. Let me just show you. What this thing is, well, it's a big chunk of styrofoam, but there's a purpose to it. See all of this area right here? That is what the styrofoam will be filling in. It will be acting as a surface for me to glue the pencils onto. So I'm gonna cut it out on this line that I've drawn, and then all the pencils will basically stack on top of this, since I can't really glue the pencils just hanging out into thin air, and I don't want to just, well, waste all of this space with pencils. So that's what this is for. And let's see if this works. I have no idea if it will, but you probably do, because you've seen the thumbnail. I wish I could just look into the future and see if it sucks or not. Who am I kidding? I'm Babadook Arts. I have no idea what I'm doing. Okay, we are finally done gluing up all the pencils, as you can see here. It feels so good. So, the next step is to encase this whole thing in resin, but in order to do that, I need to shore up these edges And I think I'm gonna use some cardboard, but I also need something here so that all the resin just doesn't sploop out all onto the table and mess things up. By the way, if you haven't noticed, I'm wearing a Wood shirt. I've got mugs, t-shirts, and hoodies, and t-shirts, mugs, and hoodies. Also, kid sizes, so make sure you get your little dookies a shirt. Back to this, I need to put some kind of barrier border at the bottoms. That way it doesn't, like I said, run out onto the table. So we need to get some stuff at the store to do that. Let's go! Oh. Well, that was weird. Enough shenanigans. What we have going on is this. Come over here, I'll show you what I'm talking about. This is how we have it at the moment, sealed up with paper and hot glue. I added this tape right here so that when I pour the resin, it doesn't want to like peel away or anything like that. It's just for more support. The next step is to, well, pour the resin. I'm also gonna be doing this in multiple pours. It's not all gonna be done at once. My very good friends over at Total Boat hooked me up with some really good resin today. 2-to-1 epoxy with the slow hardener. This is not sponsored, but they did send me this for free. Go check them out. Total Boat, thank you. Now, let's pour some resin. This is the situation that we have it at the moment. It kind of looks just like a pile of trash right now. And that's what's so crazy about art is it's all about the end product, especially like the cups and the rubber glove. So, you may be wondering why I initially set this thing up to where it was slanted. Well, the pencils are at an angle like this. I figured it would be better to let the resin run down in between them vertical. Gravity would help push air bubbles out. I don't know if it worked better, but I'd like to think it did. So, the next step is to start carving it. First thing I'm gonna do though is just remove all the other stuff and try to get it as close to the resin and pencils as I can. So let's do that. Ow! Where'd you find the good Band-Aids?
I have my ways.
Okay, yeah. Thank you.
With what?
I may have made a mess. Again. Oh, short.
Why there's so many dadgum bees in here? Well, after I've done the initial carving, I've noticed all of these little holes that are in between the pencils where the resin didn't fill it in. So I'm having to literally go back and individually squirt resin into each one of those holes with a syringe. It was very, very tedious. You know what else is very tedious? Having to worry about whether or not your information is being stolen online. That is an amazing segue to be talking about my sponsor today, NordVPN. NordVPN is a virtual private network. That's what VPN stands for. It's a network of servers that allows you to send and receive data completely anonymously online. What Nord does is they encrypt all of that information leaving and coming back. When I was over in the UK for Maker Central, I was trying to watch a YouTube video and it kept telling me that it was not allowed in my country. Well, I just went ahead and selected that I was over in the United States, so therefore the website thinks that I am now in the United States. Then I could get back to watching my video while eating a buttload of shortbread cookies. Go to nordvpn.com/BobbyDo for 75% off a 3-year plan that only comes up to $2.99 a month. And for a short time, remember to use the code BobbyDuke for an extra month for free. So if you want to help support the channel and protect yourself, go to nordvpn.com/BOBBYDUKE. Do it for me, do it for you, do it for the children. All right, guys, back to the video. Okay, now that all the little holes are filled, all 154 billion of them, let's take it back outside and finish shaping this bad boy up. Dishwasher safe. Okay, we have this thing pretty much done on the outside. All that's left is to remove this foam and carve the inside, then coat it in resin and glue it to the bouquet. Yeah, okay. Hey guys, after months and hundreds of hours of work, it's finally finished. Oh my God. Well, that sucked. Yes, it really did break. But you know what? I'm gonna turn this negative into a positive. First thing I learned is don't put your art on a freaking pedestal while you're taking a photo shoot. Oh my God. And secondly, it's a reminder to me, and hopefully all of you, material things that are important to you can be taken away in the blink of an eye. It's the people and relationships that you've built and have, also experiences and memories that you've made. Those are the things to treasure and the things that truly matter. Also, this story is not over. I'm not just gonna throw away those pieces. I'm going to turn it into something even cooler than what it started out as. So, be sure to subscribe if you want to see what I make out of that. Also, I'm going to be at VidCon this year. I'm not a featured creator, but I'm an invited guest, and I totally want to meet you guys. I will be doing a pop-up meet and greet. I don't know the exact time and place, so be sure to follow me on Twitter because I will be tweeting my location and how you guys can come and say hi to me and give me a high five. One last thing, thank you so much to Brandon Cunningham. He's the photographer that helped me with the end sequence. He was there taking pictures and some video. Amazing photographer. Go check him out on Instagram at snapjudgmentphoto. Thank you, Brandon. So, without further ado, I have one thing to say to all of you, and that is,
you're breathtaking!
Oh, shit.